All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible concepts in all of neuroscience, neuroplasticity. We're going to break down what it is and, more importantly, how you can actually use it to build some serious mental resilience. You know that feeling when you're just stuck, trapped by your own habits, maybe? Or there's that one emotional reaction you have over and over and you just can't seem to shake it. Well, what if I told you that you have the power to fundamentally rewire that? The key to all of this is something called neuroplasticity. It's this amazing ability your brain has to reorganize its own structure, its functions, and its connections. And, the most important part of that definition is the last bit: throughout life. You're not fixed. Change isn't just possible, it's literally built right into your biology. To really get it, let's use an analogy. Imagine your brain is a dense forest. Every time you have a thought or do an action, it's like you're walking along a route in that forest. The more you repeat that thought or action, the more you walk that same route, and eventually you carve out this clear, well-worn path. It becomes easy, automatic, your default. Those are your neural pathways. Now, for the longest time, the scientific community believed our brains were pretty much done changing after we grew up. Let's take a look at how that whole idea got turned on its head.
For decades, the dominant belief was that once you hit adulthood, your brain was basically set in stone. That was it. But thanks to huge advances in things like brain imaging, we now know that's completely, totally wrong. This shift, from thinking the brain is fixed to knowing it's plastic or flexible, has revolutionized how we think about everything from learning to mental health.
And this plasticity, it happens in two pretty amazing ways. First, you've got structural plasticity, which is about physical changes, like actually growing new neurons. Then there's functional plasticity, which is, well, even wilder. It's the brain's ability to shift jobs around. For instance, after a stroke, sometimes the brain can literally rewire itself to move a function, like speech, from a damaged part over to a healthy part. It's incredible.
So this brings us back to our forest, and this is the really empowering part. Yeah, you've got those old, well-worn paths. We all do. But neuroplasticity means you can always, always forge new ones. With a little bit of intention and practice, you can start clearing a new route. And you know what happens then? The old one, from not being used, slowly starts to grow over.
Okay, so our brains can change. That's cool. But so what? Why is this so important for building real mental strength? Well, it all really boils down to 4 key benefits that directly affect our lives. Let's break them down one by one. First up, adaptability. A flexible brain is a resilient brain. Simple as that. Neuroplasticity is what lets you adjust to new things, bounce back when you get knocked down, and just navigate all the ups and downs life throws at you without getting totally derailed.
Second is learning and memory. Every single time you learn a new skill, doesn't matter if it's a language, a guitar chord, or even just a new recipe, you are physically forging new connections in your brain. It proves that learning isn't just for kids. It's a lifelong tool that keeps your mind sharp and builds your confidence.
Third, and this one is huge, is overcoming negative patterns. Plasticity gives you the power to consciously rewire those negative thought loops and behaviors. You can intentionally build new pathways that change how you respond to stress, moving from just reacting to actually choosing your response. And finally, number 4, recovery and healing. Neuroplasticity is absolutely vital in recovering from brain injuries, and it's a cornerstone in managing mental health conditions. It offers real scientific hope for improvement and healing, even when things feel incredibly tough. Okay, this all sounds great, but how do we actually do it? How do we go from just knowing this stuff to actively being the architects of our own minds? Well, here's your action plan.
We're going to focus on 3 powerful strategies. The first is learning a new skill. Anything that's challenging forces your brain to build new pathways. The third is engaging in brain challenges, puzzles, strategy games, you name it, that keeps your mind flexible. But the real game changer, the one I really want to focus on, is that one in the middle, practicing metacognition.
So what is metacognition? It's literally the practice of thinking about your thinking. It's about taking a step back and just becoming aware of the thought patterns, the assumptions, the stories that drive your feelings and your actions. You stop being lost in the thought and you become the observer of the thought. And you can start this today. It's not complicated. Try some self-reflection. After a tough conversation, instead of just stewing, ask yourself, why did I react so strongly to that comment? You could try thought journaling, just writing stuff down to see if you can spot patterns. Or practice mindful meditation, which is amazing training for observing your thoughts like they're just clouds passing by, without getting carried away by them. When you start using tools like metacognition, you are taking an active role in shaping the very structure of your brain. You're no longer just a passenger stuck on those old neural pathways. You are the one drawing the map. If you take one thing away, let it be this. Every single thing you think, do, and experience has the potential to either strengthen an old pathway or create a new one. This isn't just a feel-good idea. It's a neurological fact. You are constantly, whether you realize it or not, shaping the person you are becoming. So when you look at that big, dense forest of your mind, the only question left to ask is, what new path are you going to choose to walk today?